We stayed with development on the power outage, where the Minister of Power, Aide Pleads, says introduction of capital punishment will curb rampant vandalism of national assets, particularly in the sector. And this is on a day the Transmission Company of Nigeria assures affected residents in parts of the north that power will be restored in 5 days. TVC News has more.
Apart from Kwara and Niger, 17 states in northern Nigeria have been without electricity supply in the past 2 weeks. What hit at Jigawa, Kano, Kaduna, Katsina and Gombe, leading to a strain on commercial activities. The House of Representatives and governors in the region have raised concerns over the ugly development, prompting a presidential order for immediate solution. This news conference is to update Nigerians on the efforts by the Transmission Company of Nigeria to restore power in affected states. TCN attributes the power outage to acts of vandalism and insecurity as it seeks citizen support. The company says the Nigerian military is providing needed support for its men to effect necessary repairs.
The area affected has been secured with the help of Nigerian Army, and concerted efforts is going on one of the lines' restoration. Restoration of one of the lines will allow TCN to hold about 400 megawatts of power in that corridor.
The Special Assistant to the President on Community Engagement is also here to speak to efforts being made.
People are so worried in the north due to the collapse of the national grid across the northern states. The minister, after seeing Mr. President, I met him in his office and he gave me the assurances that in the next 5 days, power will be restored.
The Minister of Power makes a quick appearance to clarify grey areas and also corroborates the submission of the TCN.
It is high time we started having regional grids, or even if possible, state grids, so that each of these grid network on a regional basis, on state basis, will be protected and isolated from each other.
He insists vandalism of national assets is an act of terrorism and capital punishment should be the penalty.
All these vandalization are deemed as act of terrorism. If we have the spirit of nationalism and patriotism, no reasonable Nigerian will wake up and start demolishing or vandalizing national assets.
TCN says the Shiroro Mando 330 kV Line 1 tripped on the 9th of September 2024, but faulty section could not be reached due to insecurity. TVC News, Abuja.
State governors must begin to complement the efforts of the federal government by providing access roads to ensure interconnectivity with train stations in their domain. This appeal was made by Chairman, Senate Committee on Land Transport at the Wole Soyinka train station in Abeokuta while performing its oversight function on rail facilities at the Nigeria Railway Corporation. Senior reporter Ayomide Ajegbe has more.
The team arrived at the Mobolaji Johnson train station in Ebutimeta, led by the Chairman, Senate Committee on Land Transport and the acting MD of the Nigeria Railway Corporation. As they embarked on the train ride from Lagos to Abeokuta, the committee chairman appreciated the effort of NRC in ensuring maintenance of facilities, stating that every section of the country should be connected to the rail network.
There is need to accelerate the completion of Lagos-Kano, and there is also need to accelerate the completion of Port Harcourt-Maiduguri. Equally important is the freight services.
The acting MD NRC says their priority is to ensure effectiveness of train services and cheaper fares for customers.
First of all, we want to continue giving efficient and secure train services to the masses. Importantly, cheap train services, means of transportation for the masses.
An issue that has consistently been a cog in the wheel of progress of the NRC is that of ticket racketeering. And with the Utah approaching, there is need to assure the public of sanity at the train stations.
I can assure the public, I can assure everybody that anybody that works for NRC that is caught in the act of ticket racketeering will be dealt with.
When we arrived at the Wole Soyinka station in Abeokuta, some community members approached us to speak on the deplorable conditions of the road leading to the station.
We don't have good road. You can go to Ibadan, you can go to Mobolaji Junction, but from here, from Lokuta down to here, from immigration, or here, there is no any road. We can't drive, even though you can't trek. If you want to trek now, you can't trek to immigration. Not even talk about road, car or motorcycle.
Responding, the Senate Committee Chairman says federal government can't do it all and asks state government to complement the effort from the center.
Certainly, complementary services are expected to be provided by the state government. And I wish to call on state governors to do their own bit by providing accessibility to railway stations.
The team made a stop at the assembly and maintenance plant, which are state-of-the-art facilities.
Here they say they can maintain, repair, as well as assemble in a way that will meet international standard. Ayomide Ajegbe, TVC News, Lagos.
The Senate has now postponed screening and possible confirmation of appointments of 7 ministerial nominees forwarded to it by President Tinubu last week. Special advisor to the President on Senate matters, Bashir Lado, said the postponement was to allow all nominees to conclude aspects of documentation and pre-screening exercises. President Tinubu had sent a formal request for the screening and confirmation of 7 ministerial nominees last Thursday. The nominees to be screened are Bianca Odumegu-Ojukwu as Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, Neitawe Yewata, Minister of Industry, Trade and Development, Jumoke Oduwole, Minister of Livestock Development, Idi Maiha. Others are Yusuf Atta, who will be screened as Minister of State Housing, Suwaiba Ahmad as Minister of State Education, and Mohamedou Dinyadi as Minister of Labour and Employment. And President Bola Tinubu has launched the emblem appeal of the Armed Forces Remembrance Day. The annual event is aimed at honoring the nation's departed soldiers and veterans. President Tinubu commended the armed forces for the recent successes recorded in fighting all threats to national security. Secretary to the government of the Federation also announced a donation of 500 million naira on behalf of the federal government for the welfare of veterans and families of fallen soldiers.
It's another memorable day. Let me first of all thank the armed forces for the and security architecture of the country, for the success we've achieved so far. No matter what economic theory we propagate or postulate, if we have no security, you cannot promote peace and development. I'm grateful to all of you on behalf of the country. Yes, the challenges are still there, but you are the first line of defense for this country. Thank you for your patriotic commitment to Nigerian unity, stability, and progress.
The Nigeria Police Trust Fund is conducting training for operatives of the police